Hi guys, thenewBcrafter here. Today I am going to be recovering the front of an old notebook. I haven't used a whole lot of pages in it yet, so there's still good pages in it, and the front just needs to be redone. So this is the first video of my What Can I Do with Mod Podge series. So I am going to be using this scrapbook paper pad. It is Tea Party by Craftsmith. And I just have some scraps. I had some scraps of it, and I wanted to use some of them up. So all I did is I took the scrap, and I haphazardly cut it. Now if you want to, you could tear it to get a different look, but I wanted more of a geometric look on mine. So you're going to need your paper that you have cut up. I just have them in little Dixie cups here. A pair of scissors, some paper towel if you have a little spill. I'm going to be working on my craft mat. You may want to put something on your craft mat to protect it, but I'm not really worried about that. I'm just going to wash it down after. A foam brush, and of course your Mod Podge. And again, another optional item are doilies, just to put on the edges to accent it a little bit, which I'm going to be doing. That is completely up to you. So starting out with my notebook and my Mod Podge, I am just going to apply a thin layer of Mod Podge to a section of my book. Just going to take some scraps of paper and start putting them on. Now I'm going to let them hang off the edges, and then once I'm done I'll flip my book over and I will trim those. So yeah, you're just going to do this to the entire cover of your book. Alright, so now that I've covered my entire book in my paper, I am just going to put just set these little scraps of paper aside. And I want to add in a little doily down here, and one up here. I think it'll look really nice. So I'm just going to take some glue on my brush, and I'm going to paint in the rough area where I want my doily to be. And then just going to lay that on there and press it down. So now if you want to, you could cut this off and then use the other part up here, but I'm just going to make it a little bit easier for myself and just use a second doily. And then once it's dry, I'm going to use a knife and my scrapbook knife and trim that all off. But while that's still wet, I'm going to apply a layer of my DIY Mod Podge to my entire cover. Alright, so now that I've done that, you can see the doilies got wet and kind of started to go transparent. But that's okay. The next step that I want to do is I want to take glitter. Just have my box of glitter here, and I'm going to use some of this glitter here. This is by Creatoology. It's 8 ounces. It's got it from Michael's a few years ago now, and I've already started to get some on top of it, so I'm just going to use this kind of here and sprinkle my glitter on top. And it's not a very tight seal on this thing, that's how I'm getting the glitter out, but you could just like sprinkle it on with your hand if you want to. That kind of thing. Alright, so now that we have that beautiful glitter coverage on there, I am just going to tear off some of this excess doily around here so it's not quite as large when I set it aside to dry. And now all I'm going to do is set this on some craft paper and let it dry. Alright, so now that my paint has dried, I'm going to take some of my DIY Mod Podge, give it a shake, and I'm going to apply a layer of this to the inside to bow it back the other way. So now that I've applied that layer of Mod Podge, I'm just going to wait for it to dry, and as it dries it is going to unbow.